Ora invece è il momento del Premio Internazionale. Premio Internazionale Fondazione Roma Ritratti di Poesia. La vincitrice di quest'anno è TESS Gallagher, che dagli Stati Uniti è qui e noi la invitiamo a salire sul palco insieme a Riccardo Duranti, che chiediamo che è il suo traduttore italiano. You're welcome. Congratulations for this award. Congratulations, Tess. Dove volete? Prego, Tess. Here. Riccardo, dove vuoi? Qui, lì. Mettiti qui, dai.
Questo ennesimo premio è la testimonianza di un'altra mia teoria, sempre contro tendenza e non condivisa, che le donne sono migliori degli uomini. Da sempre, nei 2000 anni passa nella storia umana, senza di loro non saremmo qua. Non soltanto perché grazie a loro abbiamo costantemente riprodotto il genere umano, ma soprattutto perché con le loro competenze, con le loro pazienza, con le loro intelligenze e i loro suggerimenti hanno cambiato il mondo. E sono felice che questa volta la poesia tocchi a due donne perché lo meritano pienamente. Tess Gallagher, autrice di racconti, di saggi e testi teatrali, raggiunge nella poesia quell'equilibrio tra autobiografia e relazione con il mondo che ne è il tratto distintivo e rende la sua voce una delle più originali della poesia americana contemporanea. Fondendo tensione lirica e struttura narrativa, Tess Gallagher intesse nei suoi versi una fitta trama di ricordi, di sogni, di visioni che si interseca con la realtà e il tempo presente, trasformando così, attraverso immagini vivide ed emotivamente intense, la propria esperienza esistenziale in un racconto dell'avventura umana. Bravissima.
Prego, the word. Ok. Ok. Lei che fa? Legge o parla? Che fa?
Volevo dire una cosa.
Ok.
If you want to say something, now is the moment.
Thank you so much. I'm so surprised about this. I just am so honored. And just thank you. I'm a girl from a small town, a seaport. I grew up in a logging camp, and my parents were loggers. I'm sure they never expected anything like this would happen to their daughter.
You want to read? Non ho sentito. What did you say? I have to translate.
I'm a girl from a small logging town in Washington State, and my parents were loggers, and I'm sure they never expected this to happen to their daughter.
Allora, Tess ha detto che è una ragazza che viene da un piccolo porto dello stato di Washington, e figlia di boscaioli. Non si sarebbe mai aspettata che una cosa del genere sarebbe successa un giorno, ma grazie alla poesia è stato possibile essere qui. Adesso leggi?
Sì. If you want, you can read. You can read.
Volevo aggiungere solo una cosa.
Speech
Svelare un segreto, il segreto di un'amicizia che ormai dura da più di 40 anni. La cosa che mi ha attratto nella poesia di TESS è il fatto che ogni tanto lei accende un riflettore nelle poesie, accende un riflettore su una parola e attirare l'attenzione di una parola in una poesia fatta di parole crea una specie di cortocircuito che mi ha sempre affascinato e che mi continua ad affascinare ogni volta che traduco una sua poesia.
I want to say to all of you that thanks to the Fondazione of Rome, but also much gratitude to Riccardo Duranti. Hey, Riccardo. My translator and friend of 40 years, who calls me Colibri, what my late husband, the famous short story writer and poet Raymond Carver, called me. Riccardo had to become a colibri, a hummingbird who flies upside down, sideways, and who stands still in air in order to translate my poems. Thank you, Riccardo, for your belief and intuitions, agility, and spiritual intelligence. I am deeply indebted to you, and thank you also for translating Raymond Carver.
Un ringraziamento in cui svela una cosa, il nome che le ho, il soprannome che le ho dato in questi anni è Colibrì, perché rispecchia molte delle sue caratteristiche e lei si vendica dicendo che sono stato un colibrì anch'io per riuscire a tradurla seguendo le evoluzioni nell'aria, di volare appunto in alto, in basso, in verticale, fermarsi in aria. Questo appunto è il ringraziamento che mi fa per la traduzione. Adesso leggo delle poesie e potete seguirle sullo schermo, la traduzione.
Yes, I'm going to read some poems, and the first one is a poem that a young man who had fought in Iraq came up after the reading, and he said, that poem you read, Recognition, saved the life of my friend. How? I said. He was going to commit suicide, and I showed him that poem, and suddenly he saw another way to think about life. I thought about it, and I think poetry is so valuable because it teaches us how to think about more than one thing at a time. This is the poem. Recognition. Staring down from the bridge at the moon, broken up in the river, who could know without looking up? It stands whole above its shattered self. It's a poem that Riccardo especially liked, an early poem. It was published in the New Yorker, and it was not something we read about in poetry much. It is entitled Breasts. It's something very obvious, but nobody had written about it in a national magazine. And then my poem came out and changed that. Each woman, each person knows the moment when their freedom was affected, and breasts were involved in a change in my freedom. The day you came, this world got its hold on me. Summer grass and the four of us pounding hell out of each other for God knows what green murder of the skull. Swart nubbins, I noticed you then. My mother shaking a gritty rag from the porch to get my skirt on this minute. Brothers, that was the parting of our ways, for then you got me down by something else than flesh. By the loose skin of a cotton shirt, you kept me to the ground until the bloody gout hung in my face like a web. Little mothers, I can't find your children. I have looked in a man who moved through the air like a god. He brought me clouds and the loose stars of his goings. Another kissed me on a pier in Georgia, but there was blood on his hands, bad whiskey in the wind. The last one, he made me a liar until I stole what I could not win. Loves, what is this mirror you have left me in? I could have told you from the start there would be trouble from other hands, how the sharp mouths would find you where you slept. But I have hurt you as certainly with cold sorrowing as anyone, have come the long way over broken ground to this softness. Good clowns, how could I know? All along it was your blundering mercies kept me alive when heaven was a luckless dream.
Non funziona.
Choices. I go to the mountainside of the house to cut saplings and clear a view to snow on the mountain. But when I look up, saw in hand, I see a nest clutched in the uppermost branches. I don't cut that one. I don't cut the others either. Suddenly, in every tree, an unseen nest where a mountain would be. I worked in the fields with my mother for 4 or 5 years, from age 12 on up, and have a lot of sympathy for and real knowledge about what it is to work a day in the sun, gathering food. Shade, this poem is called. We had some of these farm workers die in the heat in the last summers. Shade. Think of the farm workers and shade. Something as life-saving as shade, and the workers have to have it. Water, they have to have it. A hat, they have to have it. A shirt long enough not to get a sun smile on their back, they have to have it. Enough money at the end of the day to let them straighten that back and get to market for food. Cook that food. Gather round with the others and eat. Sleep the sleep of the exhausted and get right back up in the bend-over, sun-promised morning and do it all again like there is no such thing as one day. Only one interminable day, and working, and working. What Koffel said, you can sing sweet and get the song sung, but to get to the third dimension, You have to sing it rough, hurt the tune a little, put enough strength to it that the notes slip. Then something else happens. The song gets large. Last poem. If the stone of me met the bird of me, I asked, which would know what to do with a firmament? Then the kite of me let go all the child hands, and we flew.
Thank you. Thank you, Tess. Congratulations. Vincenzo, the husband of Carla. Ciao. Ciao Riccardo. See you later. Allora, grazie. Grazie a Tess Gallagher. Grazie a Tess Gallagher. Congratulazioni. Grazie a Riccardo Duranti.